The sun! I haven't seen the sun in ages. Look at that. It's a clear day here in Shanghai. Let me show you guys. Oh, just look at that. Blue skies. Oh, man. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Now it feels like the greyness has gone. So, obviously, we had a typhoon here in Shanghai. I say we had a typhoon here in Shanghai, like I live here. Obviously, I've been here for about a week. In fact, I think a week, almost a week exactly. And there's a week left. So this represents the midpoint of TI15, which is crazy. Because it really does fly by. Yeah, it represents the midpoint. And here we are. The typhoon has gone, the weather from that has gone. I can see much further into the distance now. Let me see, I don't know if I can. Let me see if you guys can see just how far. I'll do that, hang on. I'll do the zoom. You have to put up with my hand for a sec. So if you can look there, that's just looking across the skyline from my room. I just find this endlessly fascinating. You can see that it just disappears into the distance there. More and more and more and more buildings. Shanghai is just so vast. And now you can actually see it a bit more clearly. Yeah. Anyway, I could, if I had a powerful enough camera. Oh, hang on. There we go. You could really zoom. It goes absolutely miles. Just buildings and buildings and buildings, and city and city and city. And now you can see some of it because it's sunny. So the second shift of TI is about to begin, which is that people who were here for the group stages, people like Gunner and Saberlight and Nomad and Monkeys and all those guys, I think they are finishing and going home. Some of them are staying on, I think, but they're going home. And the second shift is coming out where you've got Alex is coming out. So that's Sheepstick, you might know her, or Rhea, as she is known now, Rhea Forever. But I call her Alex. Insania, or Aiden, as I know him, because I know these people. They're my friends. He's coming out. Who else is coming out? God, I don't even know. Fucking loads of people are coming out. So that's great. So I get to see them. Which I'm excited about because I love all those guys. So yeah, it's like saying goodbye to some people, which is sad because they've been. I have not seen Monkeys in the longest time, like years. I've I played some Mecha Chameleon with him recently, and I've may have spoken to him or so on over the last few years. But last time would have been one of the TIs in Seattle when he was out there. He's just one of those guys that is, the moment you meet him, you think this is just the loveliest dude. So it was nice to see him. Always nice to see him. Yeah. Not that the rest of them aren't also lovely, but I mean, I've chatted to Saberlight before as a player. I've interviewed him and stuff, but there's always a sort of gap, if you like a bit of a distance between the players and the talent, because, or in my case, I guess, because they're here for the tournament. So generally they're playing games or they're working on the next set of series or anything like that. Or if they've just been knocked out, they don't want to hang around with anybody. So and also I always feel like if they're eating dinner or they're just having a cig or they're just out the shops, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to sort of fanboy over the players because geez, they've got their mind on other things and everything. So I generally, during the tournament and around the pros, I'll be professional and civil. I'll say hi and we'll have a chat, but that's as far as it goes. I don't want to sort of get in their business. So once when they're working an event, then we'll hang out a bit more. I mean, obviously there are some exceptions, but in the main, I don't talk to the players because I don't want to bother them. Essentially, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. But so once they come here as talent, you really get a chance to chat to them and get to know them and everything, which is really nice. And of course, you know, they're lovely guys. So that's good. So I opened some Magic the Gathering packs yesterday. Last evening, Nat bought the Hobbit collectors thing. It's like the collector's edition. Once it's printed, that's it. They're never reprinting it. They're all like fancy, shiny cards and everything. It's beautiful cards, absolutely beautiful. The Hobbit deck. Some of the cards have like the art style is the sort of 1960s, 70s book cover printings. Stunning artwork, just gorgeous, and it looks an interesting set. So I'm gonna have to dig into that. I don't know how the paper Magic the Gathering card system works, but the idea that first of all how expensive these boxes of cards are, and second of all that the way they print them, you pre-order them and then that's it. There's no more print run. I could never buy this unless I paid way over the odds for it. So yeah, crazy. I don't need all that. I don't really need the fancy collector's edition. I just wanted the cards really, or to play the game. But instead, we played Hitster for a bit. Me and Gabe and Trent and let me think, SVG and Quinn. Quinn's such a good lad. Love Quinn. So Quinn came out a little early, but he's going to be on the later panel bit. And yesterday we had to say goodbye to 5 teams, which is pretty crazy. The way that the Swiss system works, there is a slight flaw. So the way it works, let me see if I can explain myself with this little piece of paper. So let's say we have 16. We have our 16 teams. Let's just pick some teams at the top here. Oh, fucking pen! I need a new pen. Draw right. Oh, there's ink in it. This is the most fucking frustrating thing. God damn you! If anyone knows a way, you've got one of these kind of pens. It's like a ballpoint pen, but it's one of these ballpoint pens that thinks it's fancy. You know what I mean? It's got that kind of tip. If anyone knows a way to get these fuckers to write. See, it leaks on me. It leaks on me just fine. There we go. So if I've got my Swiss group like this, I've got my teams. Here's the teams down one side. And let's say that we play each other like this, just randomly. We're just like play. This guy wins, so he goes into the W group. This guy loses, so he goes into the L group, right? And so on. Win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1. So we've got winner 2, winner 3, winner 1, 2, and 3, and loser 1, 2, and 3. But let's say that loser 1 was actually quite a good team. That was one of the sort of the teams that you'd fancy. So let's say that was like Team Spirit. And the winner of Group 1 was like a team that maybe had kind of surprised people. So let's say that was Gamer Legion. All right. Now, I'm not saying this is related to how it happened. One of the other losers here might be a team that's not that good. I'm going to stop naming teams at this point because I don't want to offend anybody. But now Spirit has to play one of these other teams. These guys have to play one of the other good teams. And the way it can work is that these teams that lose their first series get put into a sort of bracket, if you like, where you're playing against other teams that are perhaps not the strongest. Whereas if you win your first game and then you win your second game, suddenly you're playing only against the very top teams. Now, the way that the Swiss groups here worked was the top 3 teams go through. And then the next 8 teams... Sorry, wait. 2... We need 8... So the next... let me think. 5... Next 10 teams, the next 10 teams will end up in a group where 5 of them will choose 5 of the other ones, then they'll have a big playoff. So once you're not in the top 3, the best you're hoping for is that you'll finish high up in that pack of 4th to 13th, would it be? Where you're in that group of 10, where you'll finish high enough up there that you then have like a choosing round where you pick one of the other teams that you have to play in the elimination bracket. So if you're not in the top 3, the immediate thing is after the group stages ended, you have the elimination day, which is what we had yesterday. And the way that works is, if I'm top of the rest of the pack, if you like, I get first dibs on who I have to play in an elimination game. So I would inevitably pick the team that I consider the weakest. But if you won 3 games and then lost a game, you essentially could be, and then maybe, lost another game or won another game. If I lost it just around here or there, suddenly I'm in the middle of the pack. And now I don't really have much choice over who I play. And maybe I beat some really good teams, but just slipped up a couple of times, and now that's it. You lose one series and you're going home. It's pretty harsh. It makes it great from a spectator's point of view, but if you're a team, it does feel kind of harsh. It's hard to explain without a whiteboard. But yeah, it did feel like some of the results were like, damn, they didn't, like, let's see, it's possible to go through the series. You don't get 2-0'd at all. It's like 2-1, 2-1. You win some 2-1, you lose some 2-1. It's very close. You're right in there, being very competitive. But because you don't have a really, really clean record of, like, maybe you lose 1 series. If you've lost 2 series out of 6 series or whatever, now you've got to play for your life. So it's really, really harsh to cut to 8 teams before main stage. Really did feel quite brutal, because some of those teams, I think, damn, they're good. I wanted to see more of them. Nature of the tournament, isn't it? Nature of competition is that some teams got to go. So yeah, pretty rough day yesterday. And the teams that made it, obviously, now super relieved, and they get 3 days off now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we're back in the arena. So yeah, they get 3 days off, and they're gonna relax. And I mean, now the weather's changed. They can go look around Shanghai and prepare. But yesterday was good because I didn't have to do any exit interviews, which is what I normally do. I'm normally like the Grim Reaper at these events. I have to go to these young lads and say, like, you're going home. Whereas now I got to go and say, hey, well done. What are you going to do with your days off? You guys, was it a relief? What was the difference here, etc., etc. So it got to be some nice positive questions rather than sort of commiserating with them. Yeah. So that was that. And then after we finished last night, a bunch of people went out to Hot Pot. I was going to, but the games went on yesterday. The final series went on so long that by the time that they were even finished the games, it was like 8:30. So I was just so hungry. So there's a mall across the road. We went there, and it's like one of those. It's got like a food court there, with a whole bunch of different little restaurants and places, and then in the middle, you sit and eat, and it was really nice. It was really cool. It's good food. I had a gigantic bowl of noodles with a nice spicy broth, and I went for the spam and egg one. So it actually had spam and a fried egg, right? Sort of, not like a fried egg with the way you get it in a. It was like over easy. You know what I mean? So it was like fried egg that had been kind of soaked in the spicy sauces and some greens and stuff in there. £2.90. £2.90. And I got a beer from the 7-Eleven next door, big tall beer like that, £1. So yeah, for £3.90, I got a beer and a big bowl of noodles. Like the size of the bowl of noodles you'd get if you went to a Wagamama or something like that. So the markup that if you're in London and if I went to Wagamama's and got a big bowl of ramen and a pint, you think I'm getting that for £3.90? I don't fucking think so, sunshine. You could feed easily, without the beer, if you just had water, I could have fed a family of 4, if we'd been a bit canny about it, for a little over a tenner. You can't even do that at McDonald's. You used to be able to. You can't even do that at fucking McDonald's. Mad, isn't it? So yeah, it's dirt cheap. And I mean, I fucking love that. That's great. Obviously, the higher end goods and the products that you buy, like the Magic the Gathering stuff that Nat bought, that was still expensive. I think she'd pre-ordered it back from home actually, so maybe it wasn't. I don't think she saved money on that. But if you bought it here, I don't think it would be any cheaper because that's like a imported product, I think. But anything that they can make here, you can just get it. So yeah, nice and cheap. Very good value for money. Good, fair play. And didn't eat at the hotel for a change, which was nice because I've been at the hotel now for a week, and it's good. It's good quality food. Like it's fresh. They cook it right there and everything. There's lots to offer, but after a week, you've kind of done the menu, and it does feel like you're just kind of eating the same thing time after time. Little Cyndi Lauper reference there for you. Time after time. Sorry, I've been playing shitload of Hitster, so it's on my mind. Anybody played? If you don't know Hitster, it's a great game. It's a card game that you have an app. You just need a phone to play, and you have all these cards. There's little cards with a QR code on the back, and what you do is you scan the QR code. It plays the song, and you have to guess the year that the song was released. And if you can get the name of the song and the artist as well, you get a bonus of a little sort of coin. And then you put that card on a timeline. So let's say you start off with one card, everybody turns one over, let's say it says 1970, and then you have Tragedy. Tragedy! You have that. You got to figure out, all right, did that come before 1970 or after 1970? So you put the card down, you say, I reckon it's after. The other team gets a chance to challenge. They can spend a coin. If they think it was before 1970, they put it before. You turn the card over. If you were right, the card stays on your timeline. If you're wrong, they get the card and they add it to their timeline. And it's first to 15. That's it. We had a house rule where you have to win by 2. Otherwise, if you went first and you both just, get them all right, you never had a chance to win. So you have to win. You have to be clear by 2 points. If that's the actual rule in the game, I apologize. But the way the lads were saying, it was like, no, we play 2, we have by 2. So that was fun. I threw, unfortunately. I can recognize songs very well. Artists sometimes slip you up, but the song I'm like, yeah, I know when this was. This was in the 80s. But for example, Gary Newman's Car, here in my car, it's in the 70s. It's like 79. Did you know that? Maybe you did. Gary Newman's Cars was like 1979 or maybe even 1978. So some of those, sometimes it's difficult around the tail end of a decade. You think of the 1979 to 1980, 1979, December 31st, 1979 ends. Suddenly it's 1980 and all of a sudden everybody's synths and it's all, that's it. And that never happened before, of course it's not the case. So yeah, unfortunately, buggered up the Gary Newman question. Also, the Pet Shop Boys, it wasn't West End, was it West End Boys? Yeah, it was West End Boys. Or one of their big songs, 1985. I thought they were earlier than that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that one. I really used to hate them when I was younger because I was into metal and stuff like that, and kind of folky stuff and classic rock and I hated them. But now what a band, man, fantastic. And I'm gonna get some brekkies in a bit, and put some clothes on and stuff like that. So yeah, got 3 days now. I'm doing interviews all day today. With the teams where I'm talking to them about how the group stage went and what they're looking forward to, and some, and build up questions ahead of the main event on Thursday. So I don't get an off day. You don't get an off day when you work on the content creation side of things. But I don't have to be on camera, which is fucking great. I hate being on camera. I'd like to be behind the camera saying, yes, darling, yes, give me more, more, more. I'd like to be that guy. Woke up at 6:30 today, lads. 6:30, by the way. Just want to pass that on. Very happy with that as a wake-up time. I miss everyone at home. I miss my family. I miss my wife. I miss my kids. But when we get back, we're going on a little mini holiday anyway. So that'll be nice. But luckily, having so many friends here and being able to hang out after work hours, I have to be around people to distract me from the missing of the family. So hanging out with everybody last night was great. Gabe and Trent and SVG and me went to get some food, and they're just top lads. I love them to bits. I absolutely love them to bits. I would hang around with them every day if I could. Like if we all lived somewhere back home, I'd see those lads all the time if I could. Maybe not every day because I'd drive them mad, but they're just lovely lads. Lovely lads. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers for watching. Take it easy.